Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. And somebody sent me this logo. I angled it to help me. It does not trace. And I've made at least 10 videos on something like this, but never this exact pattern. And I'm not perfect. This is a little wider than I want, but you could figure things out. Through the years, I've learned a couple of tricks. So I thought I would just show you. So I'm going to nudge this out of the way, and I'm going to nudge this back. It's pretty close to the center of the page. It's hard to get something that's a picture in the center of the page. But we're going to make an ellipse. For the video, I'm going to make it like 4 points. So hopefully you can see it. And you can see that I'm pretty close to the center of the page with it. So I'm going to take this shift tool and then I'm going to get that line like right in the middle of our other line of our, and I'm holding down the shift so it'll grow from the center. And that's on the outside, but that'll, you know what we can do? We can change it to like with our ratio lock, because you can't really move some things that tight sometime. 13, let's make it 13.3. That's pretty close to the middle. Then Control D and make a duplicate, holding down the shift key and make it grow from the inside out and put that in about the middle. Those are just there for reference points. Now, the reason I angled it, and you'll see in just a second, I'm going to take a 2-point line and I'm going to hit P. I'm going to make it yellow so we can see it maybe better on the video. And if we zoom in here, that's why I made it yellow. Well, that's why I angle this thing. So I'm starting right there and I need to end right there. And we need something divisible by 360. So I'm going to Control D and duplicate and rotate it 12 degrees. And you can see we're pretty close. If we enlarge the picture or reduce the picture, we could maybe, it's got to be divisible by 360. And there's no other way around that. Now, in my thinking of this, this is a little different. I'm going to say, well, let me just show you. I'm going to take both these lines. If we take the Alt key and select through there, we've selected both those lines. We're going to go to Effects and Blend, and we're going to blend them 15 times. What that did, that gave us some coordinates, so I'm going to use like double the lines. Yeah, that's not perfect. Let's back up here and let's go 16 times. That'll work, I think. Now, so what we need to do now is to make Control D and make a duplicate of that line while holding down the Shift key, bring it in, and the Shift key makes it round. Now I'm going to make that line a hairline, and I'm going to make it yellow, so hopefully you can see it. Now I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, but I'm going to bring that line to the inside edge of our graphic. Now it's a little bit hard to make sure you select both the yellow, so you see I got yellow there. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and select that yellow, and I am going to blend that 16 times. Now, I could have done just 8 and 8 maybe, but I think this will work the best. And what we're going to do, we're just going to take this Smart Fill tool. And this was one of the reasons I decided to make the video, because joining these together afterwards. So I'm just going to go through here and I'm going to be off a little bit. So I'm going to go around the outside. And this is something whenever I do a video like this, I'm just trying to get some ideas. I could have maybe done 8 and it would have worked. Maybe I should have done 8, but I'm going around the outside of it, even though I'm a little bit out of and I can always go back and erase things. I'm going to go down one more and you'll see in just a second. So I'm going around the outside, and I'm going to say that's good. I mean, I'm going on the outside, then I'm going on the inside. So I already see a mistake that I'm going to have 2 spaces here and 3 there. So maybe we'll figure that out in a second. And I made a ton of videos on something like this, but never, maybe not this far. Now we have to go down. You know what? I should have started over and just made it eight blends and wouldn't have to done all this. But see, I got 2 here. Well, let's just go ahead and finish it, and then we can change it. Because I can always see it's a little bit confusing because it looks like there's a lot of space. But you can take, you know, if you would have done 8 instead of 16 and had them divisible. So we're gonna have 3 space. Well, really, we're gonna have 4 across the top. So this isn't gonna work probably at all. But you really never know till you do this. Because you can't really, I don't think we could do 3 boxes. So there's kind of the shape with the exception that we got 3 on this side and 3 on that side. And really 3 across the top. We can't really go 2 because then the lines will be thicker. Tell you what, let's just, I apologize for that. Let's just delete that. Let's, tell you what, let's just grab our lines, which are still a blend, and go and break the blend apart. And hopefully we can, I can barely see those, but alternate key and go from there to there. No, that didn't work. Let me tell you what, I'm going to set my nudge factor on like 12 inches, and I'm going to nudge this out of the way for a second. I'm going to get my Alt key and swipe through there and delete. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get my rings and just move them out of the way and then grab all this. And I could start the video over, but through the years, I've had so many people comment that they like it when I make a mistake. Well, why isn't my graphic back in the... Even though it really doesn't matter. There we go. Now we're a little off. Let's change our nudge factor. You know what? Because at one time I was using 10.01. And let's nudge this graphic back and then up. Kind of get it back to where it was. Okay. You know, you could actually lock that in, might help. All right. 2-point line. I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. I'm going to go ahead and make it, I don't know if yellow is the best color. Maybe blue. I could actually make it thicker for the video, but anyway, Control D and then rotate it 12 degrees. And let's just try grabbing these 2 lines and do 8. That might be the key. Now we're going to take this line, Control D, holding down the Shift key, and bring it in to about the top. Make it a hairline. I'm going to make it yellow. Control D to make a duplicate, holding down the Shift key. Now I'm going to grab that line, Shift key that line, and we're going to blend just the 8 there. So hopefully this will work. So we're going to go, at one point we've got to do 2, you know, that's only going to give us 1 space. Only going to give us 1 space of thickness. And we got 2. And if the picture wasn't so fuzzy, So here again, we've got one space there, but we got two spaces there. Well, let's just continue and see if we can't figure it out. I don't have enough lines. Oh, I don't, that's where I need to stop. So I've only got one line here and one line there, but I got two here. So what we're going to do, we're going to make the graphic a little bit shorter. And we can go and delete that top line. That way we got one line thick. I need to add one back. I need to add a couple back. Okay, we've got two spaces in the middle. You know what? That's good enough for the video. Now, here's kind of a good trick. Grab this and change your nudge factor back to, let's go 12. It's going to get way out of the way, but this is something that is kind of new that I've been doing. If we weld this, look what happens. Okay? If we combine it, look what happens. Okay, it worked. But if it did not work, something that's actually safer to do is go left click, right click, draw a rectangle, fill the rectangle in with a color, and let's nudge it way over, and then take that rectangle, that new item, and nudge it over and then down. And look what we did. We've made it. So we're going to, our shape's going to be a little bit different. Big deal. He'll get the idea. Now let's move this back out of the way. Let's move our graphic up twice, and then let's delete all this. Whoop. Now let's move this back down twice, back down twice, and get our graphic. And if I figure out a better way, I'll do it. Okay, we're pretty good. Let's make these lines black, and let's make them thicker, like 8 points. That's more like in the video or in the graphic. Now, we're a little bit off center, so we can do that later. Control D to duplicate, alternate C to have it rotate from the center of the page, rotate it 12 degrees, Control D all the way around. Okay, we're pretty good to go. I would make, and I think that it looks good even though there's more space, but whoever I'm helping or anybody, we can figure that out. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and bring that in a little bit, make them a little bit tighter. The Shift key helps it grow from the inside out. And we'll go, and if you have trouble moving a little bit, do what we did earlier, and we can make this 10.5. And there you go. That's pretty close. I'm not happy with that. And it's all because of the 12 degrees. And maybe I should have counted more on, maybe it should have been 7, blend 7 instead of 8. But you get the idea. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.